Guys, today we're going to be adding a whole bunch of pages to your notebook. You should have a whole packet that looks something like this of things that are, some of them are cut, some of them are not, and we're going to walk through this together because your notebook will need to be set up this way in order to function in our study of the 13 colonies, which will be from the day after Thanksgiving until the Friday after we get back after winter break. So this is a long time, about 5 weeks. So go ahead and open up your social studies notebook. Find this page that we did, the last page in the notes section for social studies. We did the Northwest Passage, we did Roanoke, theories about Roanoke, and then we had these pages about the Puritans and the Pilgrims. And there should be a blank page. Wherever you are, turn your page to the first two blank pages. I actually already did these first two pages. The first thing we're going to do when you're on two blank pages, well, let me pause and say, I want you to pause this video as much as you want to. And then when you're ready to catch up with me, just push play again. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to have you do is take a pen or a Sharpie or something, and you're going to number the pages starting not on this page, not on this page, but on your first two blank pages. They look like that. Well, they'll look like this. On your first two blank pages, you're going to number them 1 up to 13. Here's 2, and then you'll go all the way up through 13. So go ahead and pause while you do that and then push play when you're ready. Okay, so now that you're done numbering 1 to 13, you're going to glue in the black and white map on the left and the full color Charter Colonies map on the right. Okay, go ahead and do those two pages right across from each other. Push pause, and when you're finished, push play again. Okay, on this page, the first thing you're going to do is grab the page. It might be helpful if you had all these little papers spread out around you on the floor, wherever you are, so you can grab one when you're ready. There's a page called cheat sheets, and I'm actually going to flip into this kid's notebook who I'm doing this for him. So pages 1 and 2 are done. Now we're on pages 3 and 4. So what I'm going to have you do is cut out these very quickly. You can do it along with me or press pause. I'm a pretty fast cutter because I am 52 and have been cutting for many, many decades. So we'll do New England and middle. And go ahead and pause if you're not finished. Just get those 3 cut out. And Southern. Okay, and then we'll just glue in one of them now. I'm going to throw those scraps away. All I need is these 3. And really, I'm going to set aside middle and Southern. I'm just going to put those over here for a minute. And I'm only going to glue in the New England colonies. And I'm going to put this in the upper left corner of the page, as far up as I can get it. Glue that down. And the next thing I'm going to pull out is this big packet. In this packet, you don't need to cut out the title. I don't need that. But I do need you, and again, you're not going to cut out the title. You're not going to cut out the title. But you are going to cut out the other shapes. Let me show you how. You are not cutting on any dotted lines. So when you cut these, it's going to be a layer book. Please don't cut on the dotted line. Cut only on the solid line. And you will get these pages cut like that. And this title you do want. Again, don't cut on the dotted line. Just go up past it like this. Okay? And I'm going to push pause, and you should too. And when we come back, we'll both have all of ours cut out. Okay, so I've cut all this out for the New England colonies. And again, I threw away all these little titles. We don't need those. So just for the New England. What this is going to end up looking like is this. It's going to be a book that's like a flip book. Okay, so we're going to be putting the longest piece, which is culture. We're going to pick that one first. And let's take culture and glue it all the way down next to that other little notes page. So culture gets glued all the way down right there on page 3. Okay, the next longest one, if you look at the finished one, is government. See how they flip? We're only going to glue the rest of these at the very top so they can flip like a book. Okay? So the next one is government. We'll grab government, and look what I'm going to do. I'm only going to put glue right here at the top. And then I'm going to stick this down like that. And the next one is economy. So I'm only going to put a little strip of glue stick here. The next one is colonial workers, and please pause if I'm going too fast. I'm sure I am. Colonial workers. That gets glued down right there. The next one is geography and climate. That gets glued down. And the last one is the title. So we'll just put that up there like that. Okay? And that page is done. The next page we need on page 4 is the New England Colonies chart. So we're going to glue the whole thing down. Lots of glue sticks so it doesn't come off. I'm going to put that down just like this. Okay? And pause until you have that done and then push play when you're ready. I'm going to turn to page 5. On page 5, we have a sorting activity. What I'd like you to do, because you're eventually going to cut all these little rectangles out and glue them in here, not today, but when it's time, I'm going to have you fold those up so we're not tempted to put glue on them. Just fold them up and then turn this over, and we're just going to glue this, the top part. And we'll put that on page 5 up near the top so that when you fold it down, you have a little flap. And when it comes time for us to do this activity, we can cut and glue those little pieces in here. So that's a flap, okay? And on page 6, we're going to have this triangular trade map. So I'm going to glue this down. And again, pause if you need to. I'm going really quickly. That's page 6. Here's the number 6. Then we're going to turn our pages to the middle colonies. We're going to get our middle colony little rectangle that we cut out earlier. And we're going to put this at the top of page 7. The top of page 7, right there. Oops, a little more. And then once again, we have a middle colonies packet. We're going to do another one of those flip books. It'll look just like this. So we're going to not use these titles. We don't need those again. And why don't we pause while we cut these out? But remember, don't cut on the dotted lines. Leave those because that's for gluing. Okay? So I'll pause my video and you pause yours. And when we're finished, we have all of these cut out. Okay? Okay, so I have all my middle colonies stuff cut out. And when I look at it, the longest one is culture. So we're going to take culture and we're going to glue the entire thing, the whole back of it, to page 7, right next to this little middle colonies thing up here. Okay? So culture. The next longest one is government, but remember, we're not gluing it all. We're just gluing this tiny little strip at the top. So we'll put that on. The next longest one is economy. So we'll put that right in there. The next longest one is important individuals, people. So we'll glue that right at the top. The next one is geography and climate. Put that right there at the top. And the last one is the title, right there on top. I'm positive I went too fast, so please rewind, but you should be able to flip this like a book. You shouldn't have glued it all the way down, I hope. Okay? And again, keep pausing because I know I'm going quickly. Page 8 is going to be the middle colonies chart. So we'll go like this. And we're going to put that in like that. Okay? Middle colonies. And then we're going to turn the page to page 9. And remember, pause. For page 9, we're going to put the southern colonies little rectangle up there in the upper corner. And then we're going to grab our southern colonies packet. Remember, no titles, just the other pieces, and don't cut on the dotted lines. I'll go ahead and cut mine. You go ahead and cut yours. And let's both press play again when we're done. Okay, so we have all of our pieces cut out for the southern colonies. And when we look at the southern colonies, the longest one is plantations. Okay, plantations. So we're going to glue that one all the way down, the whole back of it. And we'll glue that right next to the other one. The next longest one is government, but we just glue a little strip at the top so we can flip it. The next longest one is economy, and pause me when you need it. I know I'm going fast. The next one is religious freedom. The next one is geography and climate. And the next one is the title. Okay, that's page 9. Nice little flip book. All right, the last one, well, the next one on page 10 will be the Southern Colonies chart. So let's get that one going. We'll glue the Southern Colonies chart in just like this. Okay, and then we'll turn to page 11. Pause when you're ready. Here's page 11. We're going to grab this one, Life on a Southern Plantation. This is actually a little book. So we're going to fold it in half so it looks just like a little book, and you can open it. And we're going to glue the whole back down onto the page. Okay. The next page, page 12, is going to be this pyramid. This is going to describe who the richest people were and who the poorest people were and how many of each there were in the South. So we're going to put this pyramid right down here on page 12 across from Life on a Southern Plantation. Okay? And then we're going to turn to our last page, page 13, and that's going to be colonial Christmas traditions. And we're going to glue this down. Just like this. And that is the last of setting up your notebook. So if we do a really fast review, on page 1, we have, and it's just page 1 of this section. We have lots of other things in here. On page 1 of this section, in the notes section, we have the black and white map, the colored map on page 2, page 3, page 4, and again, you can pause. Page 5 with the flap, page 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Thanks, you guys. You did a great job.